Salam guys, hope you guys are doing well again. We're liking these top 5 videos now, innit?
Yeah, no, we're enjoying it.
Like, you guys seem to be loving it as well, so why not? We'll keep doing it for you guys. In this one, it's top 5 strongest breeds, and I can tell you now, there's going to be a lot of controversy. I just know, because I know the list, and yeah, in this dog game, there's going to be a lot of controversy.
Can we first address what you mean by top 5 strongest dog
But,
breeds?
again, this is for educational purposes only.
We don't support
Nothing.
anything. We're just literally just talking about our thoughts.
Yeah, we're going to the oldest. We're going to the history of these breeds, what they're meant for, what they're used for, and then that's how we're going off strongest, both physically and mentally.
Yeah.
So the videos for
So that will include like
hunting, protection, combat, weight pulling if you really want to take that. The
strength, overall
strength,
mass, size, how they'll defend against predators, etc.
Their mentality when it comes to seeing this stuff as well. But yeah, educational purposes only.
So we're going to start the list off with something which has been in all the lists so far, which is the Tibetan Mastiff.
Oh yeah.
Now, the reason why I've got it 5th is just of where they're located. They're in such a vast, like, dodgy landscape where nothing's in their favor. High climate, cold torrential weather, hardly any food, and so forth. So these dogs are literally seeing black all the time in terms of their eyes are focused on protecting that village or that town against predators such as the lynx, the snow leopard. You got bears up there, some wolves as well. They come up there, but not as much. It's mostly your lynx up there and your snow leopards. Now, in order to be the competitor to like a snow leopard or something, you must be strong
physically and mentally.
Yeah. Obviously, if you look at the terrain where these Tibetan Mastiffs are, it's not flat land, it's highland. And even if anyone's gone for a run, just on the road, and then ran
hill sprints.
Doing hill sprints, and then ran at like a high sea level, you'll notice the difference of your lung capacity, the amount of air you're intaking, etc. So these Tibetans are really high up. They're like close to what's the mountain range called? Not the Everest mountain range. Himalayan mountain range. So when I take that into account, I've got to think these dogs are physically really, really strong. All round endurance, combat ability, just ruggedness, their coat, everything can withstand a lot of damage and they can give a lot of damage as well. So like what would you have to say to that?
Everything you said bang on, man.
No.
The problem with this list, in my opinion, is technically any dog could be number 1.
Yeah.
The Tibetan we've got nothing bad to say for, but it's just in our eyes, we'd have it 5th.
Yeah. Just because we haven't seen
the natural deal in its natural habitat.
Yeah.
That's probably the best. With all the other dogs, we've somewhat seen, apart from the next one as well.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So moving on to number 4, we have the Bully Kutta. Now the Bully Kutta is a really, really strong dog. It's not as adaptable as the Tibetan, which is one thing that we had to agree on when we were making the list. But in terms of like its combat ability, in terms of its ferociousness, in terms of its intimidation and its overall strength, I feel like it's a little bit more than the Tibetans. They're much larger, they're much heavier. They're used for certain reasons, as you guys know. They're used for farm work and protection work. Not protection like bite work, but like protecting territory and that. Which make it really difficult dogs to be up against. Now some of the predators that the Bully Kutta are up against are, you've got like jackals, you've got wild dogs, you've got other Bully Kutta as well, like in that scenario as well. And then you also have like India and Pakistan are known to have like wild cats there as well, and bears and little like small boars as well. So like you're up against a vast land of predators. So you need to be able to make sure that the dog that you have on hand is able to defend against all this. Otherwise, it's not where it should be.
Yeah. And the predators there, they're not because of, what's the best way to say it? The predators there, in my opinion, they're not really just killing to kill for the sake. They're fully killing to eat. And then they're on like life or death 24/7.
Because for example, in India, the population is so vast that some of the leopards and some of the tigers and even lions, I've been seeing lions, they're coming into like towns and villages and cities because there's just a mass population of people. Now, I'm not saying the bully Kutta is going to win against the tiger. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that it is the thing that can defend against it.
Yep.
It's the only thing. Like you got like other, I can't remember the name of you got like gold tears and that, but there's another like street dog / like actual dog breed. I can't remember the name. I'll get a picture up if I can find it. But they're even enemies to the bully Kutta as well because they're like little gangs of street dogs that go around patrolling. They'll come up against these bully Kutta every now and then. If you're walking your bully Kutta, it's not like here where in European countries where you walk your dog, no other dog's gonna attack it. In like Pakistan, India, if you're walking your dog, sometimes another dog's gonna attack. No one's gonna care. Everyone's just gonna look another way.
Your dog has to do what it has to do.
Yeah, so I would put bully Kutta there. Like I said, it's every dog on here can be number 1.
Yeah.
But for this video, we're gonna have bully Kutta number 4, which brings us on to number 3, which is the American Pitbull Terrier. This is gonna cause a lot of controversy within the dog community. Now, if we talk about pound for pound, which we had this argument over there, like pound for pound, yes, the American Pitbull is the baddest dog alive. Meaning, if that was the same size as like the Volkodavs, it would demolish everything, even like wildcats, etc. But we're not living in that world where if the Pitbull was that size.
Anyway, it's like saying if my rabbit had flipping wings or something, it'd do more damage to an eagle. It's like
you've got to think of reality and think, okay, the Pitbull is what it is.
Yep.
Even if you have a catch weight Pitbull, like these 30-kilo Pitbulls, which you can get, they're strong, very strong, mentally and physically. They are strong dogs. In terms of like complete combat ability, if we're talking about combat ability, I would say they're number 1. But the reason why they're at number 3 is adaptability. They don't really have much reason to be that strong, really. The only reason that they're strong is just
the way it was bred and its mentality. Like that's what it was bred for. I mean, in terms of the game they hunt, you'll normally see boar. The largest thing that they're going to be trying to get is a boar. You don't really see it like that against a bear because of the coat.
Like the thing is, isn't it? When people have these dogs, when they're Pitbull, like let's say you're living in a country where a Pitbull tries to attack a bear. The bear's going to kill it, of course, but you're going to think, oh yeah, my Pitbull was such a badass going over there and doing that. Because you don't realise the Pitbull has that much game in it. It wants to attack. It wants to go.
It will go for a brick in it. It will go for a flipping steel container if the steel container gave a dodgy look. Like that is what a Pitbull is. But
and besides that, like, don't get me wrong, we're kind of like not saying something bad about the Pitbull, but
we love them.
Like, Pitbulls are one of the sweetest dogs out there. 100%. I don't even agree they should be illegal, but the reason why they should be illegal is just because the wrong people will get it and yada yada yada. I don't want to get into politics. We don't want to get into politics. So we would have that at number 3. Don't get me wrong, there's over the years there's been some like great Pitbulls, individual Pitbulls, which definitely
they're tough for that size of a dog. But when even the bully Kutta and the Tibetan, like I said, for me I was putting the Pitbull number 5, but we agreed to end up putting it 3rd, just for the sake that if we go off that pound for pound nonsense argument, then fair enough. But if not, then I'll put a bit further back.
Which then brings us on to number 2, which is the Pitbull's kind of big brother, the Tosa. Now, the Tosa is a dog which really wasn't meant to do much besides just be a watchdog. That was the intended purpose when it was created, like, I don't know, like 60, 70 years ago, something like that. Maybe longer, I can't remember. But its main reason was a watchdog. It wasn't there to be a guard dog. It was just there to be an alert. Then it got used into combat, etc., against, in the Japanese tradition and then Korea as well. Now, really, they're not really adaptable anywhere besides just like what's it called, like open fields, like territory, like industrial estates or something. You can't have that dog like in the mountains. It's not going to survive. Like if you put that up in like in the Turkish mountains, where we were, like Kahramanmaraş, or you go to the Caucasus, it's not going to survive. It's going to be so like out of its element. But the reason why it's there is because it's such a massive dog and it's got so much game for what it is. Like
it's a Pitbull on steads.
Yeah.
The Pitbull on, they're sweet dogs.
And the actual Japanese tradition is to use them in like, it's actually wrestling. Like I'm not even like beating around the bush and not saying like fighting or anything. It's legit. They wrestle. They do it in silence as well, and it's a tradition that's been going on for ages. And I'm not here to agree or disagree. Neither is my brother.
Well, you can't make up facts though, so it's like this is just.
We're just talking about what the breed is used for. The breed was used for that, and they do good in it. They realise that like there's really strong like individuals, and the breed as a whole is just really strong. Where I would be confident. Like a scenario, if I'm in a room and I have a wolf in front of me, and I have a big Tosa,
and the exit's on the other side of that wolf.
The Tosa I would be comfortable with that. But then, to be fair, I'd be more comfortable with some of the other dogs on the list.
I wouldn't be comfortable with a pit.
No, Pitbull, no.
Because of the size difference. Like, and potentially a bully Kutta as well, I wouldn't be confident with. Just because.
I think the Volkodav, the wolf would outsmart the bully Kutta.
That's what I mean. The Tibetan, I'd be confident with the wolf. The Tosa, I'd probably watch it just to see how he wrestles with it. And then it gives me enough time to get out of the room anyway.
Yeah.
But
even like when you watch Tosa stuff, like they don't go on for that long. And when they do go on for long, it's literally just sloppy, like.
It's like a sloppy heavyweight match.
Yeah, it's not something like. It's
their tradition, so that's what they do.
Which brings us on to number one. Now you're probably thinking, well, what are they going to say Volkodav? Yes, we are going to say Volkodav because really it is.
That is the alpha of a dog, yeah. That is the kingpin of dogs from mentality, physicality, looks, gender, everything. It's just the biggest, baddest thing.
Like I said, they're the same with the Tibetans where they're they're situated in like such a high climate, and their threat is.
Everything and anything?
Literally got tigers.
Everything and anything?
Everything, yeah. And they do well. There's literally footage of them against these animals. And these
protecting the livestock and having to, kill the threat or eliminate the threat or whatever it is.
And because of the way the history of the breed is known for shepherds and that to find like the alpha bloodline to carry on that line, etc. So combat has to be done in order to find this dog. Yeah. Now, because that dog is naturally bred alongside of protecting livestock, etc., to be good combat dogs as well, I would say it's number one. Just because, like, you got to think realistically as well. Like, say if I'm back in that room with that wolf, you need to make sure that you're 100%. You're walking out with your buddy, with your dog. You don't want to have any doubt that your dog's gonna, not come out alive, and you're gonna end up dying as well, innit?
Yeah.
Like. I would be most confident, Seb would be most confident with a Caucasian Volkodav. I just think they're the most elite, strong, endurance, fitness, And you're probably thinking, like, some people are probably thinking, oh yeah, we've saw these dog breeds, they're sloppy, they're heavy, they're bone structures. Yeah, you're definitely, you're gonna get those.
Yeah, but
if you see a proper
that's with every
specimen,
breed. Yeah.
If you see, with all these breeds,
in my opinion, I don't care if this is gonna offend anyone. If you see the western side to any of these breeds, you're most likely disappointed.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
If you go to the place's origin and you see the breed, you'll understand what the breed's capable of. I think that's the best way to put it. Like, go Russia, go see one of them, you'll, like us, your jaw will literally drop.
Yeah. It's like going to a zoo.
Basically, yeah. There's a bunch of bears everywhere. Yeah. That's literally what it is.
So that's our list. Let me guys know what your list is. Like I said, you can have any order you want. You can have other breeds. You can have stuff like the Apache, etc., Kangol.
And give reasoning for a couple of them, especially like the number one. Why you've got that as number one? It's all like I said. It is interesting to see. Like that video, I know there's only a few comments on it. Well, I say a few comments, like 20, 30 comments. Mm-hmm. But we literally have gone through all of them and just read every single one just to see what people are saying.
Yeah.
So it'll be funny to see what people think, what their list is in it.
Yeah. But yeah. Hopefully you like the video. Make sure you like, you comment and subscribe, and inshallah we'll see you for the next video. Allah Hafiz.